So, as you all are preparing for your interview, and whether you are a student of political science or any other optional, you are expected to know the world affairs, relationship between India and its neighbors. So, of course, when somebody talks about India and its neighbors, you should be preparing a question on India and Pakistan relations. There can be a question: what is the state of affairs between India and Pakistan, and what should be the way forward? How do you look at the future of India and Pakistan relations? They can ask you a question: do you support the talks? Do you have the convincing answers for this type of questions when you will be interacting with the interview board? I again want to tell you, interview is a formal situation. It is not interaction on social media. It is not dealing with the common people. And hence, when you express your opinion in the interview, you should be very formal, you should be very careful, very balanced in the choice of your ideas, in the choice of your words. So, how do you look at India Pakistan relations? I will say that it is one of the most important and the critical relationship, and of course India's foreign policy should focus on Pakistan as a priority. And why so? Because you know that our former and late Prime Minister Bajpayee held that you can change your friends, but you can't change your neighbor. And you know that the test of any foreign policy is how you deal with your neighbors. So now we have very serious problems, and the most important consideration is that Pakistan is a failing state possessing the nuclear weapon, and that is why there is a possibility of the failure of deterrence, and it can lead to a situation where there can be annihilation on both the side of borders. So in this situation, whether we like it or not, we need to come out of our ideological biasness, and we have to get the best possible option for our people. We need a diplomacy which prioritize the human security, and hence you should always favor the talks, because war is not a solution. Gandhi time and again told that if we will go for the view, then eye for eye will make the world blind. It's not that we should not be preparing for war, but we should have a very honest investment in the peace. And the time has come where peace should not be seen as a weakness, it should be seen as a prudence. It should be seen as the most sensitive option. However, you can stay in tune with Government of India's approach, that is no talks with terror. So what you can say that ultimately if a solution can come, it can come by peace. But the peace can happen only when there is a right kind of environment. So first of all, we have to create an environment where free and fair dialogue can happen, and if it is any deal, it cannot happen that we work with a zero sum mindset, because deals always mean there has to be give and take, and we should ensure that there has to be a honest attempt, and we should not allow the media from both the sides to hijack the chances of survival of the people of our country, people of South Asia. So, India Pakistan resolution, peace, resolution of conflict is a public good for the people of South Asia. But don't appear very idealistic in interview, appear pragmatic, and you can always say that talks can happen only when there is an environment for talks. An environment for talks means Pakistan should take honest attempts to show their willingness to invest in peace, and the first criteria will be what action they are going to take against the perpetrators of terror. And of course, when you enter into any peace, don't enter into the peace. There is no need for India from the position of weakness, but at the same time, let us give the due regard for the party with whom we are going to have a conversation for the meaningful outcome.